Welcome to my channel. I'm Kira from KiraWoods.com and it's absolutely wonderful to see you. This is your weekly intuitive tarot reading for the first week of February, so February 2016, and it's the February the 1st through to the 7th. So what we have here are two cards that were actually drawn as part of the monthly reading for February, so if you haven't checked that out, I recommend you do so. Now, you may recall, those of you who have looked, this is the Page of Wands, and the Page of Wands is what we drew for the first week of the month of February, and this is the Helper's card, which is the Helper card, which is Justice. If you haven't checked it out, or if you're not familiar with my reading style, this is the Helper card is a card of opportunity or a lesson to be learned. So here, Justice, let's have just a quick reminder. Remember, Justice is, well, you know, it's about law, it's about justice in terms of laws of the universe, or you might say the seeking truth about ourselves and our lives. In this particular situation, this is around being able to, the scales here represent being able to really understand, having understanding and action. So the Justice does represent action. It's around action based upon an understanding, though. Action based upon a relationship with having responsibility and understanding around our past and how our past drives our future. So, for example, you have an experience, and that experience leaves a sense of what's the right word? It leaves a mark on you. It leaves an impression on you. It leaves a certain sense. You get a certain sense of feelings that stay with you. When that experience or something like it repeats, those feelings, that association becomes a part of your response mechanism. So it kind of, the past therefore feeds the future. The way you really can understand this is if you're around another person and you both have exactly the same experience and you react completely differently. That is driven because of the past and how the past is influencing the future. So with this Justice card, you have this opportunity to really understand, to have this new sense of understanding about your past and how your past is influencing your actions and therefore your future. It's a sort of a double-edged sword. It's around, also though, the double-edged sword is being mindful of how, because here you'll notice there's this beautiful sword looking raised in the air, is sort of talking about how all action has consequences, and that is a part of the universal law that you will not change. What you want to do is have greater influence over those consequences, and are they aligned with what you most is the best for you, the best balance, the best harmony in your life. So if you're in the middle of a legal situation, whatever, this card is talking about justice. This is a card of justice. It's about honesty and fairness and correct action. However, in terms of justice, you may not actually get what you prefer. You're going to get what is just and right. So it's also reminding us to be true to our word. It's reminding us to, if we make a contract, to hold true to it. It's reminding us to have responsibility for our decisions, have responsibility for the actions of our past. You know, if you find this wisdom of the sword wants to pierce through this illusion of events to find the real meaning, and how did our ego, what role did our ego play? It's sort of like, and then being able to then, therefore you can let go of it. You can learn from it, let go of it, and you can then be free, and you're not necessarily then needing to repeat it. Sometimes when I see this card, I like to remind people that there is a difference between doing things and action. You know, doing things can purely just be movement that is driven by our past, or driven by just being in the wheel in the cog, or being kind of a machine in our life. While action is done with, real action is done with meaning and value and understanding. And so that is what this card wants to bring to you, this opportunity to really see and accept, to see our past for its truth, and to therefore learn from it and move forward. So, because movement, just in movement, is kind of pointless. So that's what this card is wanting to remind you. It's stop being so passive if that's what you're doing around the changes in your life. Really take responsibility for them. Okay, so the way to understand responsibility around this justice card is around we create the lives that we lead through our actions. And therefore, that creation of our lives through our actions, if it's done from a place of conscious awareness, that's done from a place of inner knowing and balance and harmony, then we're going to create the consequences from the actions that we most desire. So be mindful of that very much in this week in reference to what the Page of Wands wants to teach you. Now, the Page of Wands, remember, the page is a court card. So all court cards represent people in reading. So this could be either yourself, or it could, in other words, an aspect of your own mind or your own personality needing to come out, wanting to shine. Or it could be another person who comes in and affects the situation or influences it or adds value to the situation. So when you think of that, it's people, it's either you or someone else. You're thinking about the energy of the Page of Wands. So think to yourself, remember, wands are about personal power, and feeling inspired, boundless energy. It's that fire you feel in the solar plexus. So it's around competition. It's about enthusiasm, creativity, confidence, will, your physical energy. It's very boundless, wands. So the Page of Wands is the youthfulness of that energy. The page doesn't have a lot of previous wisdom that some of the other court cards have. So the page just is enthusiastic about something and goes forward. So therefore represents that sudden creative spark that comes to you. It could be that unexpected sudden creative change or opportunity for change, or that opportunity to ignite something in your life. It could be you might find something in that week, your week has a catalyst that inspires you to change something in your life, particularly if it's something around resolving or taking responsibility for your past. Or it might be to see your past for what it is, remembering that the actions of today become the past of tomorrow and therefore feed the actions and consequences of tomorrow. So if you give it a spark of injection that's coming from your true sense of self, from harmony, from balance, from your sense of what is your unconscious feeding you, what is your intuition saying, then you're going to create in the future the more the outcomes that you're looking for, more the consequences you're looking for. So when I see this Page of Wands, I think, okay, listen to your unconscious mind and follow your creative urges. So ask yourself, where am I feeling inspired? Where am I feeling, what's coming up for me? What opportunities or what lesson am I learning about where maybe I'm not following my inspiration, where I'm not responding in a positive way to that positive spark? Because the other side, of course, this intense, wonderfully boundless energy is things like anger, is disharmony if we're not in sync with it. So it's sort of like when you're feeling a Wands energy, and particularly the page, because you just feel this abundant enthusiasm in your heart, like you just love whatever it is you're doing. So inject that enthusiasm into your situations, into your week, into your work, into your projects, into your home, into your family, because you'll find that by doing that, you will really get a better sense of creating that action will create the consequences and the outcome that you're looking for. You might also find that it's that spontaneity. It's feeling incredibly overly positive on some level, or it can also be perhaps impulsive. Just be mindful, though. Again, it wants to be in balance and harmony with what is true to yourself. What are your true sense of connectedness to what is justice in your life, what is harmony in your life. You might find that you're very enthusiastic and great enthusiasm, but you may lose that if you lose others around you. So just be mindful of that, and because if you lose interest in the spark, because you actually get impatient with others, or you find anger starts because you just find they're not on your same page as you and that frustrates you, what you'll find is you'll lose the opportunity. So sort of keep that in mind. Remember, this is about you and yourself, or somebody will come in to show you. Perhaps that spark is missing, maybe that enthusiasm, maybe that seeing the positivity of what is available to you. Somebody else shines a light on it, and you can capitalize that way. So it also can be this Page of Wands could be someone's coming into your life, and I would definitely say maybe a trusted friend. It could be very much somebody who's coming in from your past, for you to then really have an understanding around responsibility of the past and how the past feeds the future. And in doing that, know that they will very much be a welcome surprise. And you can really expect the news from them to be quite a welcome surprise, because there's a real positivity around this page. This page does not know at this point, it hasn't had the lessons of life to learn, to really get stuck in allowing the past to influence too much the moment. The page lives in the moment. It's that very young, youthful energy. Remember also, when I see the page, and also particularly when I see the Justice card together, you want to be, you want your intentions to be honourable and genuine. And you can expect that will be the same with those who come into your life. You want to really hear and listen to, either through yourself or through others, this spark of life that wants to enter your realm. And really pay attention to any new perspective or any new approach that may be offered to you or become available to you. So it's a really going to be a very dynamic week. Whenever we have, remember, a dynamic week, we have a lot of energy flowing around. There is always the potential for that energy to get misused or to go a little bit astray. So just be mindful of that. You know, although being a page, it's more youthful versus some of the other ones. So just think of play, think of practice, think of having a bit of a time to enjoy the embodiment of creative spirit. Try out new things. Be open to inspiration. Take an adventure if an opportunity comes up. Be physically active if you're able to, however you're able to. Enjoy moving your body, feeling your body, however you can. Embrace this a new adventure. And remember, be flexible. Be flexible, be open, have fun, balance, harmony, and justice. Alright, hope you found that really useful. Thank you so much for coming to my channel today. You can find me, and I love giving private readings and have a private reading at my website. So it's www.kirawoods.com. You might find your particular situation could value some added meaning to a private reading, and that would be wonderful if you'd like to do that. Also, you can find me on Facebook at Kira Woods Tarot, or you can also find me at Twitter, and you can also find me on LinkedIn. And or send me a message here, make contact here through YouTube if you'd like. Thanks again. Please share, like my videos. I love seeing my subscriber numbers go up. It keeps me inspired to keep going. So have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. All the best. Cheers. Bye.